I was coming back from a job yesterday, and I got a phone call from Lyndon, and he goes, "Have you seen the video?" I'm like, "What video?"
How it goes is I talk, you listen. You talk, I listen.
That's never going to happen now, Tunde. I'll tell you that now. Listen, you can.
The Batman and Robin of the show. Go on.
Listen. This ain't a cussing match, bro.
You got sunglasses.
Listen,
on.
I'm not going to create a cussing.
You got sunglasses on in the room.
Right? You know what I mean? This, I'm not here to entertain. I'm just here for the fight.
Mate, you got sunglasses
if you want to entertain,
and you got a big jacket on the window jacket.
I'll punch your
you ain't
That's how I would entertain.
So I was just wondering, what made you do that?
I think the point of the press conference wasn't the issue. I think it was what Tunde, how we responded to Lyndon, and he said to Lyndon, his response to Lyndon, I talk, you listen. And that's really what pissed me off, because as far as I'm concerned, Lyndon's my fighter, okay? And it's boxer against boxer, and it's trainer versus trainer in this game. This is the way I believe it. So I don't have nothing to say when Lyndon and Yard are going at it. I just dismiss it. I don't care what Yard says about Lyndon and what Lyndon says about Yard. It doesn't interest me, because to me it's all about on the night. And forget about trying to sell the fight. Yeah, but selling the fight is what you're going to do in the ring. Everybody knew it was a good fight last time. Everyone's expecting an even better fight this time. And as far as I'm concerned, that's about selling the fight. But the disrespect, yeah, from Tunde, he's already tried to disrespect us the first time from when Lyndon beat him and I went into the back to see them. And Yard was cool, the other guy was cool, and Tunde was just a fool, plain and simple. He didn't want to look at man, you know, acting with his head down, didn't say nothing. That's fine. We came out there, we went back, and then for him to say what he did do to Lyndon, I wasn't having that, not at all. So that's when I just said, listen, you know, he's talking with too much disrespect. And I can't remember how it happened, but that's what flared it up for me. Because you can't even say that to your own fighter. If he could turn around to Anthony Howard and say, listen, hang on, be quiet. When I'm talking, yeah, you listen. He couldn't say that on the best days.
Wait, I got a very, very good memory, yeah. He came in the change room and he said, we was lucky.
Thank you very much.
Let me talk, man. He goes, we was lucky.
Yeah? So why is he going to say that to somebody else's fighter? As you seen yesterday, Yard was the one that told him to be quiet, because I'm speaking at the press conference. Yeah? And respect, as far as I'm concerned, starts at home. So if you ain't going to get it there, don't come to me and talk to me about anything. It's plain and simple.
Thank you. So, looking at the press conference and all the sort of the stories in the media, was, you know, there's a section of the public, section of the media that are saying that fight, Lyndon didn't win it the first fight, and I think, you know, the other camp sort of jumping on that wheel and running with that story. Are you looking forward to this opportunity to put, you know, to set the record straight?
To me, I'm not even looking at that fight. That fight, what we had the first time, is gone. Yeah, this is a whole different new picture. And we ain't dwelling on that. We're dwelling on what we have to do now. What we have to do now, how we have to get ready for this fight, how we have to prepare for this fight is what matters, okay? And the way I see it is, I look at Anthony Yard preparing for this fight by himself, because Anthony Yard is one of these kind of people, and this is the way I see it, is with the mind, is all about the mindset. He's a strong believer, okay? And this is what I like about him to a certain extent. I know he's got a good mindset, but he's going to need everybody around him to be the same as him, and that includes his trainers. Now, James, I think he's called James Cook. James, who they brought in to help, he's a very good trainer. I like him. He's very respectful, very decent. But then the leading trainer, yeah, which is Tunde, he's like a cheerleader. All he just talks, he just gasses, he's just full of hot air. Yeah, he's just trying to portray himself as something that he isn't, as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I see this man. He's a little man. Yeah, that's it. And he's trying to play something that he isn't. If Anthony Yard was to dispose of him and says, you're sacked, he would just go right down a hole and never to be seen again. Yeah, because he's nothing. It's Anthony Yard that holds him up. Yeah, not in my case. I am who I am in my gym. Yeah, I lead what I do. I am a leader in my gym. All these fighters is I lead them. I lead them to the top. I take them to the top. And if the day comes where I have to do something for money, yeah, just to think, because you're paying me, you can talk to me like that. It's never going to happen. Respect comes before money. I will fuck that fighter off quicker than they could say, what? Because it's not going to happen, mate. Yeah, I don't care about your money. It's about your respect. If you don't respect me as a trainer, then there's the door. See you later.
So after the press conference, Tunde gave a few interviews.
Lee. Look, bro, we ain't got much time. You know you're going to give them 60 seconds.
Listen, bro.
Yes, man.
None of that's gonna hit me. None of that's gonna hit me. If he's shadowboxing, yeah, that's all it is, shadowboxing. Yeah, I've done the real thing. Yeah, check my resume out. Check Pat Barrett out. How many KOs he's had? All that hitting fresh air, he's nado. Simple.
You see what I'm saying? It's the level. It's the pressure. Lee, you get me? Well, certain man, they just can't handle pressure. There's certain people that have to make themselves present because they can't handle the pressure.
Pressure? I don't see no pressure. What pressure does Tunde Ajayi think he could bring to me? It's stupid. I mean, to be quite frank, I don't even like mentioning the man's name. And this is why I didn't do no interviews yesterday to talk about the guy. Yeah, I'll do it now because I think my own people rightfully deserve that support my channel would like to know what I think of that. And I think that is just a load of what they're already thinking. Anyway, again, as I said, this guy's just full of hot hair. Yeah, I mean, you can go back and you can look at the history of him as a trainer. I mean, what has he done? What has he achieved? And who has he trained? I mean, I've had a good apprenticeship along with Brian Hughes. Yeah, I'm running the same gym that I was in at the same time. He's just what we call a gym whore. Yeah, he hops from gym to gym and takes fighters. Yeah, I don't even think he's got his own gym. Yeah, he's a charity seeker. Yeah, and that's what he is. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, without Anthony Yard, he'd be nothing. Yeah, take Anthony Yard out of the equation. What other fighters have you got? And the only thing that he's only going to get that comes from is because of where he is. So I mean, to me, I'm not, you know, when somebody talks like that, I don't get mad. I just carry on doing what I'm doing. Because it just shows, he said it before, yeah, and he is just one of these people that wants to get everybody behind him shouting and making noise, lions in the camp. And I don't care about all that because it's like I might say, come on, champ, let's go, champ. You've got this, champ. I'll do the same thing. I'll motivate my fighters. And if that's the way he motivates his fighters, that's fine. That is fine. But as far as pressure, listen, I've been here before with Robbie Reed. I've been here before with Mike Jennings. I've been here before with Tommy McDonough. Yeah, I've been here before with endless fighters from my gym. So there's no pressure. Boxing is pressure anyway. Getting ready for the big fight is normal pressure anyway. So I don't know what he's talking like Anthony had got no pressure. Then that's the more fools they are. Of course we fear. We fear to lose. This is why we train hard. If we didn't fear to lose, we wouldn't even be in the gym training. We'll be out chilling now and then, let's go and do what they're doing. We don't overlook nobody. And the fact of the matter is, I respect Anthony Yard a lot more than it could possibly imagine. I think about the way he's going to come, how he's going to come. I'm creating the path for Lyndon. It's not Lyndon getting ready for the fight. It's me getting Lyndon ready for the fight. And just like it's Tunde getting Yard ready for the fight, but really, Yard is getting himself ready for the fight because the mental capacity is coming from Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard is a good mindset fighter, but he needs more than himself. This is why they brought this James on board. He needs more than himself because Tunde is incapable of doing that job. So all you go and do is put a cheerleader skirt on and get some pom-poms and say, go Anthony, go Anthony, go Anthony, because that's all you can do. You're the cheerleader. Spellman got you right, mate. Yeah, you're the cheerleader, Tunde.
Coming to you, Pat, and to the Colliers gym. What kind of training and setup have you got for Lyndon for this next fight coming?
Well, I'm training Lyndon for the same way as how Anthony Yard is thinking, mental. Yeah, because I'm making sure that the mental pressure that I'm applying on Lyndon is beyond humanity in camp, in training. I'm trying to break him. Yeah, and I'm trying to get him to fight back against me, to not allow it. Because this fight here now, it's not just a physical fight, it's a mental fight. And if you notice, Lyndon in the press conference was a lot more better than he was in the first one. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell you the truth now. Yeah, because I will gladly and honestly tell you the truth. Yeah, Lyndon feared Anthony Yard's power. Yeah, because it's the first thing you're going to do. When you were fighting a man who's had 20 odd fights or 21 fights and I think 20 knockouts, why would you not fear and respect that punching power? You'd be a fool not to. Yeah, but what I did do, say to Lyndon, listen, you can't knock out what you can't hit. Yeah, keep him at the end of the jab. Okay, plenty of things. Now, you boxed a 70% Lyndon with one hand and got beat. Now you're boxing 100% Lyndon with two hands, who's getting confident and full of belief by the day. The time if he had the chance of beating Lyndon would have been the first fight. Because now Lyndon in his own head knows what he's up against. He also knows that he's got Yard's number. Yeah. And even though Yard might come out as different as he wants, yeah, we're going to think the worst, we're going to expect the worst. There's no way on this earth Anthony Yard can outbox Lyndon. I agree with what Lyndon says on that. Yeah. But what he can do, and going to try and do, is come out to try and outmuscle Lyndon. Yeah. Because like he said, it's about excitement. It's about knockout. But be careful you don't get knocked out yourself trying to do that, Anthony.
Cold. Right. So we want to touch on Zelfa quickly. Can you give us an update, for the fans out there? Because, Zelfa has been quiet. We've not heard anything about him.
Oh, great news. I mean, Zelfa and Lyndon are both out there now because they're both fighting in December. Zelfa's got a world title eliminator in December the 18th. Not got yet to get an opponent, but we've got a date. Hopefully that's going to be in Manchester at the MEN. So I'm looking forward for that. And he's been in camp. He's looking great, Zelfa. I mean, he's looking the best he's ever looked, and he knows, the way he's fighting now. His whole persona and everything about Zelfa is just changed. It's just like he's become this different kind of a fighter overnight. And I can see the changes in him, and I'm so excited to release him on the 18th. Can't wait.